Hello, welcome to the House of the Spirit. Welcome home. This reading today is about a major change that is happening, and I shuffled these cards. This is an animal oracle deck of the Druidic tradition, and it has 4 dragon cards. And I divided into 3, of course, as usual, and 3 dragons came out. So I was quite surprised because it's so rare that this happens. I shuffled and shuffled the cards, and still we had 3 dragons. So I think that this reading is going to have a more like an amplified effect, and I'm not sure if it has to do with timing or with the collective. I would be more inclined to think that it's the collective. So the major changes that are happening, they are happening for all of us, which is something like major, really, really big. It's something that will affect all signs. And possibly it's because we are living in such, volatile and constantly changing. Everything is so unstable, I would say. But I think that there's a new structure that is being built, and possibly this is the major change that's coming. It's going to affect us in a different way. Each sign will be affected in a different way, but it's something that will have this massive impact. So I'm very surprised that this happened, and I am also really curious now. All dragons came to our aid to help us understand what is happening for each one of us, and hopefully help us and guide us. Okay, so for the first pile we have Cancer, Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo. And your card is the Dragon of Fire, the Fire Dragon. For the second pile, we have Aries, Capricorn, Taurus, and... Sorry, did I say Aries? Gemini. Okay, now wow, okay. Did I swap? Okay, Aries, Taurus, Capricorn, and Gemini. Sorry for that. Maybe there's something of a connection there, special connection between Aries and Gemini. Or maybe this is the timing. This is the timing, like the time frame between Aries season and Gemini. Because this is right now. This is right now, right? Okay. So something really big is happening in this time frame. I'm so sorry because, yeah, I'm really processing the power that I'm trying to connect with here, which is quite massive. Okay, Water Dragon. Something in the water. Okay, for the third pile, we have Leo, Sagittarius, Aquarius, and Pisces. And your card is the Earth Dragon. Okay, beautiful. I will give you a moment for you to choose your pile using your zodiac sign, your card, or your dragon in this case, or just your intuition. I will see you in your reading. Pile number 1, your card is the Fire Dragon. Fire Dragon is all about social standing, mastering something, sovereignty. I think that also elevating. There's something about raising yourself into the sky that I'm feeling from this dragon this time. A lot of the times I read more of the energy, but there's something about very pragmatic this time about this dragon that I feel like it's not so much specifically or exclusively spiritual. It's more like how you are seen in the world, how you are acting in the world, how you relate to current events. So I feel like this is something to do with social standing, with sovereignty, personal power, establishing personal power, or expressing it, mastering a great energy, possibly collective energy also. Okay, so the fairies, let's see. Also astrology, what do we have for pile number 1? Wow, there's too many cards, I feel. Maybe there's some confusion also happening. Turbulence, maybe? The fairies of the future. Huh. So getting a glimpse of the future, getting glimpses of the future, knowledge from the future. We're having like a futuristic approach. The green woman. It's fertility, creation, fecundity, connection to nature. Okay. We have Mercury in Capricorn with organization. Sorry. Maybe like this. Maybe I'll put these. Okay, this is better. Sun in Aquarius with idealism. Venus in Gemini with flattery. Mars in Taurus with defense. Venus in Aries with lust. There's the fire of the volcano and the fire. Okay, so I think that's something that you possess or something that is in the material, your material life, something that's part of your material life. It can also be your vitality, your health, your body, but also your wealth, your assets, property or real estate is going to have this massive boost of value. This is what I see here. And yeah, I hope this is I hope that you take this with a grain of salt, of course, because this is a tarot reading, this is an energy reading, but this is how I feel. Like every card here is just like pushing something upwards and making it grow and grow and grow. So I feel like from Aries season to Gemini season, you are going to see a massive increase in your value. It can also be that you are going to get a boost in your career or in your passion or in a project that you are really invested in and that you have a lot of power put into, a lot of love, there's this passionate energy. And I feel like it's not something that's going to be like, oh, this is a reigniting of something, or this is it's not the spark. That's way, past that. This is just it's like you have a fire already going and you just put some gasoline and it's boom, it's almost like an explosion, but not exactly. It's just more like an increase, like in the stock market, like seeing that line go up suddenly. So I don't know if this has something to do with like the cryptocurrency world. It's possible. um, but I see this in every material aspect of your life: health, vitality, any kind of material property, any kind of real estate. Everything is going to like shoot through the roof. And it's not something that will, it can also be like, it's almost as if money is worth more. I don't know. I am not an economist and I am not an expert in the field. I'm just getting this, these images of great abundance, and at the same time that it's a boom, it's like a growth, a massive sudden growth. It's very sustainable. There's planning here. There's a purpose, there's an idea. And I feel like the Venus in Gemini is like that moment when you turn the page. It's like a whole new chapter that is going to manifest because of this energy, this explosion of energy. Okay. It's so, sometimes the readings are so specific and so clear. It's so easy. Super clear. Although I think that because in the beginning I was kind of struggling with, there were many cards. I feel like there are many opinions and many views and many, they're not conflicting. There's just many voices, many nuances to this. But you specifically, pile number 1, are going to be the one who is completely focused and, on the objective and really solid in your stance, in your position. So for instance, if you have ownership of something that's going to increase in value, there is no question at all about your ownership of that. So it's quite a strong position. Although this is a volatile and constantly changing environment. Okay. Well, King of Bows with Adder. I think the whole deck is reversed. Yeah, I don't read reversals. So King of Bows with Adder. 10 of Cups with Happiness. Wow. It's like someone is sharing their abundance with us. With you, with the collective. And when I say with us, it's because, that change that I felt is for the collective. So maybe this is the change in the collective. Someone is sharing the wealth. Someone is sharing their wealth. It's so crazy, right? The Mirror. This is the Hanged Man. Oh, wow. Flying card. Flying Hanged Man. Seven of Stones with Healing. I feel like someone powerful is going to represent this change that feels like sharing of abundance, and it also feels like building bridges, building new bridges, because you see the Hanged Man in this card is like this corpse that is crossing, but it's still attached here. I think there's some crossing to the other side that needs to happen. And this is also that hangman energy of seeing things in a new perspective, like going to the other side of something to understand another view of this, another perspective. And it's the mirror. The mirror, of course. I don't know why I'm just complicating. So it's seeing something mirrored. So maybe as people are getting this perception of something, maybe it's actually the reverse. That's crazy, right? So for instance, if you think like things are going awry, they're actually really, really good because they're healing. And it comes from this place of sharing. Who is this powerful person? Now I'm so curious. Who is this King of Bows? Because this is someone, I believe, that has not control, but not necessarily control, because the King of Bows has also to do with spontaneity, with being in the moment. And this is also reinforced here with the Green Woman, the Fairies of the Future, and the Dragon of Fire. This trio here, because Fairies of the Future also has to do with the power of the now, the power of this moment that we are in right now. So this person is someone who knows how to be here now, who knows a lot about the whole context of this massive upheaval. And this person understands and wants to share something with the collective. This person has not harnessed or controlled this power. This person to me has understanding and respect for this power. This is about sovereignty, remember? Sovereignty, social standing. So possibly this is also someone who is very high up in the social ladder, has a very high social status, not necessarily a celebrity, although King of Bows might be related to celebrity and so like a media exposure, being in the spotlight. But I also feel like this person is a part of an organization. So this person is acting for a larger collective. They're not, just the center of attention for, although they seem quite lighthearted and at the same time, which is funny. But, okay, so what about this person? Six of Bows, abundance. I feel like this person has a lot to share. It's a victorious person. It's a person who wants to share their abundance. It's like they set the stage for the sharing. They have, the party is, about to start. You have the fruits, you have everything you harvest, and you have all the staffs, like all the people that can be around that fire and contribute to that fire. So maybe you are also contributing to that fire personally. Okay, so how does this affect you and how are you contributing? What is this affecting? The Green Woman twice. So you have the Green Woman from the Fairy Oracle and the Green Woman from the Tarot deck, which is the Empress. How are you affected? Once again, abundance, material gains, material, wins. this is like, this is fantastic for all aspects of your material life. Also for your health. If you want to expand your family, if you want to, you know, because this green woman, it's something that is also, how do I say this? In the guidebook of this specific tarot deck, they speak a lot about the belly, right? So it's like the pregnant belly. So this is also a possibility for some of you if you want. She also looks like she's pregnant. And it's also funny because fairies of the future, and we also say that when someone's pregnant, we say that she's expecting, right? So it's expecting. And you are just benefiting so much from this. Also health-wise, I feel like you are improving your health tremendously, possibly also because of the good feeling that this gives you, like the victorious feeling, like I achieved something that was great, or I was given, it's more like that, not achievement, more like I was given something because I am owed this thing. I have the right to this property, or I have the right to this abundance. It's something that is rightfully yours. There's no doubt. Okay. And how are you contributing? Page of Stones with links. I feel like you have quite a stealthy, low profile contribution. But maybe you have like a good idea, or like a brilliant idea of how to use this opportunity. Eight of Stones with skill. Is it focusing? Okay. So you are using your skills. So whatever you are working on, or whatever is your profession, your career, it's going to, I'm sorry. So you are contributing with your professional life, with your professional, whatever you dedicate yourself to professionally. Interesting. Massive increase in energy, massive increase in value of whatever you are working on or whatever you possess. Okay, and let's see. Six of Stones with exploitation. And the Five of Vessels with ecstasy. You know, I immediately got the energy of unburdening something, of not having a burden of something. There's feeling of release from the past. And although traditionally the Six of Pentacles and the the Six of Pentacles is usually a positive card and about generosity. And the Five of Vessels is usually a more negative card about disappointment, feel like you are leaving behind something like a feeling of lack. It's like you're celebrating, you're feeling exalted and ecstatic, infused with this energy and power because you are letting go of this feeling of lack. Now, because I started with the dragons and I wasn't really expecting so much energy right from the beginning, I thought that I could draw another animal oracle card for like the result of this massive change. So what is resulting from this massive change for you personally? Okay. So you have the grouse, and the grouse for me here is about longevity and concentration. Longevity, if this is about your body and your vitality, your health, I feel like this is the result from this, is that you are getting this massive increase in your longevity and also concentration on your objectives. So I feel like because of this massive influx of energy and of value in your material life, you are able to concentrate on what you want, to do what you want patiently, diligently, with a lot of, internal peace. Because the grouse has access to other realms and to the underworld. It is also kind of a psychopomp, like a guide to the underworld. And I feel like this is going to give you the opportunity to enjoy this downtime, this relaxation, this ecstatic work. If you are doing anything that requires this concentration, this deep connection, this deep focus, like deep work, I feel like you are getting that stability and that power so that you are able to focus on that. So specifically to focus on what you love doing and what you want to bring from the depths of your being to the world outside. Massive changes for everyone. Very, very positive for pile number 1. Fantastic. I am so happy. I feel like really energized by this reading. So yeah, thank you so much for this. I hope you also enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit the like button if you also enjoyed it. And yeah, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very, very soon. Bye. Pile number 2, your card is the water dragon. And the water dragon is about connection and depth. Specifically depth I am getting today from this card, but let's see what else comes up. So what do the fairies have to say to pile number 2 about this massive change that is coming? Okay, let's start with the fairies. Singer of initiation. The journeyman. Sorry. And iris of the rainbows. You see all the blue So interesting. You have Jupiter in Scorpio with manipulation. So maybe this is why I was getting like the depth. Because sometimes, it's in the depths. It's something that is hidden. So something, maybe someone was manipulating something. Let's see. We have Saturn in Aries with risk. And wow, Sun in Leo with fortune. I feel like there's a power emerging from your subconscious. Maybe this massive change in the collective is going to trigger an initiation of sorts for you, and it's going to make you aware of some aspects of yourself that were being manipulated by someone. And I think that you are going to choose to move away or to start something new. You're going to release yourself from the grip of something really, how do I say this? Something that had the power to devour you. And I feel like it's like someone had too much power. So they were using it to manipulate. Someone had too much power in your life. It's like you were feeding a monster and not realizing that you were at risk. But I feel like you were going from this kind of, literally from this blue state to this more solar and shinier, happier. Yeah, to be blue, to be sad. I feel like that sadness is ending. Oh, someone was manipulating you with sadness. Oh my God, I'm getting so much. Like I'm always like weary of the water dragon because it's very, very powerful energy. It comes from the subconscious, the collective, or the collective unconscious, and it's sometimes it kind of hits, and I felt like that. I felt like, so very clearly, I felt like you were being manipulated by the sadness of someone else. And what I feel like can be happening right here, right now, is that like if you are loyal to someone, you are loyal to their sadness. You are loyal to the point where you want to burden yourself and carry the sadnesses of that person. Take away that sadness, to take away that feeling of helplessness, of I'm getting so many images. I even feel like you want to keep yourself down so that you don't overcome this person, so that this person is still the most powerful person in your life because it makes you feel safe. And I feel like this is the story that you're leaving behind now. Like, you are the one who overcame. You are the one, you're not afraid to show your light because you don't need to be involved in that storm anymore. You don't need to be confused. You have a direction, in life. Whereas if you have manipulation and the water dragon, to me it means like the power of the subconscious is it's too much, it's too strong, so it's overpowering your will. People manipulate each other through the subconscious and the unconscious. So this might be a little bit painful, but at the same time I feel like it's not. I feel like it's something really liberating. And so if this energy is very powerful, it means that all that is not seen, that is not clear, that is not solar, like the sun shining here, is more powerful. So it's defining your actions and your thoughts. It's controlling you. And it's not that you should control it, it's just that you should know, you should have a direction of your own and not be directed by this manipulation, this powerful source of confusion, misinformation maybe. I feel like you're getting liberated from a lot of inaccurate thoughts, and it's just confusion. So Journeyman has a direction. It's taking a clear step into the future. And Iris of the Rainbows, it's like there's a rainbow because although it might have been raining and there's a lot of water in the air, the sun is now shining. So you can see, it's like I can see the direction now. I see the sun, I see the rainbow. This is where I'm going. Okay, so much. It feels really good. The Hierophant. Wow. Powerful spiritual energy, spiritual direction. The Wheel of Fortune, massive change. It's revolutionary almost. The initiation, and yeah, it's like a revolution. 10 of Cups. And 10 of Cups also came out in pile number 1, and I feel like this is the collective energy. And I felt like this was someone who was generous and sharing with us in pile number 1. But if you want to check it out, you can check it, because I feel like every one of these dragons has some sort of perspective of the collective energy. And I explained in the beginning of the reading why I feel like this is important. So I feel like this is the collective energy, it's the 10 of Cups. So things are going really, really well in this time period. The change is very, very positive. But it's still going to feel a little bit unstable. Knight of Cups. Justice. Four of Cups. Two of Cups. Ace of Wands. And the Knight of Swords. The two knights. charging forward. The Ace of Wands, charging forward. The Knight of Swords, the Journeyman. I feel like you are getting something, there's a moment that will trigger you forward. I don't see any disruption. I just see advancement. I think I know what I was feeling, trying to access different parts because of myself, because I feel like this reading is all about not my mind, it's not the words, just really are very scarce and sparse right now in my mind. I just have images and feelings. So I will try to translate this, because this water dragon is really about the feeling. How am I feeling? How am I sensing? What am I sensing? And I feel like in this time period of this massive change that is coming for the collective, you are going to experience instability. I think you're going to not change your mind, but change, like your emotions are going to be a little bit all over the place. But this is happening to make you see the truth about someone or something, or a relationship with, whatever. It can be more than one person, I feel. But it's how you relate to things that it's going to change massively. And I think you're going to alternate between feeling like, oh, I can't stand this anymore. I don't want to engage. I don't want to see that. Now I don't want to speak to anyone, or I don't want to do that. I don't want to engage with it. You're going from that to charge, charge forward. Let's do this, psyched, and let's go. We'll be victorious, very inspired, and I feel like you're oscillating between these two states. But it's okay, because it's like, how the wheel works with forces that are outside of it. So the wheel, the spokes of the wheel, like a water mill. So the water is, imagine the water is the emotions, and as the water touches your, like, I wouldn't say painful points, painful aspects, but more like your triggering aspects, because sometimes they're not really painful. They're just, memories, for instance, that are triggered, or images in your mind or in your psyche that are triggering. So each time an emotion comes and touches that part of you, it pushes you forward and pushes you forward and pushes you forward. And this might be a little bit annoying, but I feel like it's a great lesson. It's a great wisdom that you are harnessing that power for yourself, because you are a part of that change. You are enjoying that change. So like the spokes of the wheel, you can be up and you can be down, and you can be up and you can be down, and the water, like the emotions, keep pushing you forward and pushing your triggers forward and making you advance. And the purpose of this is for you to be brave, to push forward, and also to be nurtured and inspired. So interesting. Okay, so I am getting a card to show us like the end of this transformation. So the product of this transformation, this massive change for you personally, what is the result for you personally of this massive change? Wow. The cow. So I think that the result is going to be abundance for sure, but also stability. So it's quite ironic that because you are going through this process of, like, I'm feeling like this, the thoughts are coming, and it's this is not what I wanted, this is what I wanted, no, oh, this is fine, now I'm not fine, how do I feel, like, am I confused, what am I, like, it can happen, this sense of volatility in your own emotions and your own, even your own self-esteem. It can be a little bit challenging, but in the end, you are going to be very solid and stable and established in contact with nature, in contact with the most benevolent, the most abundant, nurturing aspects of nature, symbolized by this beautiful, loving cow, which is also a symbol for Mother Earth. So enjoying and reaping the rewards of Mother Earth. So also material abundance, fertility, the possibility to do what you want because you have the resources. So beautiful. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very, very soon. Bye. Pile number 3, your card is the Earth Dragon. And I don't know why, but when I looked at this card, I was reminded of Enter the Dragon, the Bruce Lee film. And I don't know if any of you are fans of Bruce Lee. He was such an interesting person, and he had so many special features about him, and many of us only know him for his martial arts movies, but he has amazing, like, interviews on YouTube that you can watch. He was a very, very interesting, wise person. I feel I am a fan of Bruce Lee. So Enter the Dragon. And I feel like this dragon to me today is specifically talking to me about power, and maybe how you use your power, how you see powerful people, or how you see power in others. To what do you give power? Okay. Okay, so let's see what the fairies have for pile number 3 about this massive change that is happening. Okay. Okay. It's like the cards that want to stick out. They are the ones who are more, so something is more visible. Something entering also, or coming out of. Okay. Gotcha. The Sage. You see the connection between each one of these cards. Both of the cards have one eye looking at you, and the other one is hiding or is there. It's almost like, it reminds me of Odin. I feel like there's this powerful entity here that is coming forth. That's why I was feeling like the enter the dragon. Here comes the dragon. And also like Bruce Lee, I was reminded of Bruce Lee, of course. And he was such a commanding personality. He had this commanding personality, and he was like the star. He was such a natural born star. So the way you see something, the way you see someone. Jupiter in Virgo with patience. Jupiter in Aries with enterprise. Saturn in Sagittarius with fulfillment. And Mars in Sagittarius with domination. Okay. So 2 Sagittarius, 2 Jupiter. Jupiter and Sagittarius, which is a very nice energy. They're both expansive, and they like to study different things to amplify their knowledge and everything, like amplifying everything. So maybe someone who will be amplified in your eyes. Okay, so I want to get some tarot cards and expand on this. Okay, the Fool. I feel like you're going to be surprised by something. It's something that you're unaware of. Major changes. The Four of Swords. Yeah, I feel like you're in your bubble and you're not really seeing, like you're protected from this somehow. You are shielded from something. And then it's like enter the dragon. That's how I feel the energy is going. I feel like you're focused on your own energy. But then suddenly there's this shock, or there's this surprise, this aha. And I'm getting a little bit like there's conflicting views, there's conflicting opinions, and I feel like maybe you will be called to be the wise one, to be the one who brings nuance, compassion, understanding. Maybe you are a really good diplomat, or maybe you are a really good negotiator. And I feel like you have to maybe intervene in some sort of crisis. Page of Swords. I feel like it's something that you will have to make an effort to understand, to study. Yeah, that tower. This is the tower almost of this oracle. So this massive change is going to really feel like it came out of the blue for you. How are you going to be impacted by this? Okay. I feel like at first you won't really know what to do, or you'll feel like helpless. You'll feel like you can't do anything. There's nothing really productive that you can add, or that you can... I feel like there's this retreat energy, this but it's at the same time it's kind of wise. It's like I have to reevaluate my stance, my position, because maybe you feel like there's the need to readjust your objectives. Okay. The King of Cups. So whatever happens is going to make you very aware of what you have been feeding in your own emotional and energetic body or bodies. What are the kinds of ideas, concepts, or emotions that you have been nurturing, feeding, taking care of, healing even? The Nine of Swords. Yeah, I really feel like you have to reconsider something. There's a change in your belief system, even possibly, because there's something very wise and deep here. There's the need to retreat and to analyze deeply something that you are doing. Like, is this the right thing? Is this the idea that should be the best idea in my life? Is this the right objective for my life? Am I using my time and my energy? And am I also giving power to the right people? This is very interesting, because I feel like maybe if you're working in a team, or if you are considering something in the collective about personalities that have power, to consider if you are seeing that person correctly. Like, do you accept that powerful person as your representative, for instance? Oh, okay, so maybe this is about like some sort of election or vote, and there's something changing in your belief system right now. And I feel like there's also a material aspect to this. So I feel like you are considering a different belief system, also because of your financial projects or enterprises, as you have here. So how you make a living. So maybe there's something changing in the political climate, in the political sphere, or in the in your company. Who are you aligning yourself with? And allying. Are you an ally to someone who doesn't deserve it? Are you aligning yourself with your beliefs? There's also domination here with the religions. Like, is this the right belief system for me? This is how I see this. Like, reconsidering your beliefs. And it's a very deep how do I say this? Like, analysis. It's a very deep analysis, because it's something that's quite worrying. That something is worrying you. The Star. But I feel like there's also, this is a very important time for you, because you are going to discover your North Star, like the shiniest thing to guide you, the most important thing, the purest thing, the most elevated belief. So it can be about your financial objectives, your professional objectives, career. But I also see another thing here. It can also be about your spiritual objectives. So what do you consider is the highest value? What do you consider is the most precious thing that should guide all your actions? Because there's something structural here also. This is the underpinnings of your thought process. And because you have the patience here also, and the sage, that's why I am getting this spirituality here. Like, there's no... It's like the most important thing is that you do things in your own pace, so that you make the wisest decision. So spiritually, it's the spiritually sound decision to make. This is the most important thing. And then all the rest, like your financial choices, your career choices, family, relationships, everything aligns with your spiritual choices. This is how you eliminate, as much as possible, cognitive dissonance, which creates faults and fractures in your building that can then make you vulnerable to these tower moments, these upheavals in the fabric of society, in the world, mankind, everything that's happening around you. And I feel it's like, when I say enter the dragon, I feel like you have to face this dragon right now. And chase that dream, chase that highest value, chase that most sublime part of yourself. And also in a more pragmatic way, the same applies to the material, professional material. So what is the outcome of this? Knight of Swords, Ace of Swords, Truth. Three of Swords. Wow, this is a lot of swords. Three of Swords. This is about cutting. This is about severing the ties, with things that make you feel heartbroken. So I also feel like this is a cleanse in your, it might be a cleanse in your social circle and also professional. It's possible that you are going to experience, if you are like working in a company, a lot of people might leave for many different reasons. It can be money issues because the company is changing their objectives, because of technology, maybe, because there's this dominating force that's coming, and there's this truth. It's like there's an upgrade. And I feel like you are going to work for a better objective. So if you are the one who is leaving, I feel like you are relieved because you are going to chase something higher, something better. But it can feel like a surprise. Maybe this reading is coming to you so that you are not as shocked, because gotcha is about that sudden shock. And I don't want to scare you. This might not be, that I don't feel like it's going to be violent or aggressive or something like that. I don't see that. I see there's this, it's something that's slow moving at the same time. But there's a moment of cutting, but it's not something that's completely out of the blue. Although you have the gotcha, because you also have the sage there. And the sage is a very supportive energy, is the energy of also retreat, reconsideration, knowledge, understanding, deep understanding of nuanced situations, knowing a lot about all the details, having a lot of compassion and empathy. So I feel like you are still going to be treated fairly, and you are going to be treated in a way that is compassionate. But it's still change, right? It's still, there's still an upheaval, there's a change. And it's also interesting that these two cards, they are the one that follows another. So after the Tower comes the fresh start, comes the renewed faith and hope in the future, the clear blue skies. So I feel like there's an opening for you. There's an opportunity also in this apparent crisis. How is this going to specifically... It's going to give you an opportunity. How can you take that opportunity? Oh. So we have the first card that was the King of Pentacles. This is a very good financial opportunity. That's why you also have the fulfillment with the bag of money here. So changing the directions will also give you massive gains and material opportunity. The Lovers. And finally, the Eight of Cups. That's moving on, that's moving forward. So choosing something different, choosing your own path, or choosing another path that is higher, that is better, that is more hopeful, noble also. I feel like there's also a sense of truth and nobility and justice here because of all the swords. I feel like this sense of justice and of truth will also mend some things in your heart or help you make peace. So I feel like this time period of massive change is going to give you a boost forward. It's going to open doors for you. I think you're going to walk through that door. That's how I'm feel like enter the dragon, walk through the door. This is the images that I'm getting, and it's the metaphor of going through the pain, or it's not pain, it's more like worry. But forging your path, forging your own path with your own belief system, your own. It's not something that you don't share with others. You can also share your belief system with others, but with your chosen belief system, with like owning your beliefs, not just following or being how do I say this? It's not ignorant, but it's like there's information that's coming for you. And for now, you are unaware. That's the word that I was searching for. You are unaware of what is coming, of that information, that specific information. But once you have it, you can process it and create something beautiful for yourself and choose the path that is righteous, that is truthful. And also, I feel like there's this need to move away from something cruel, because you have the 9 of Swords and the 3 of Swords. There's something quite cruel or heartbreaking about your current situation. So it's like enter the dragon, and the expansion of your consciousness begins, and you can then learn more, and you can know more, and you can be the wise one. You can be the knowledgeable one. And empowered by that knowledge, you will then open the door towards your abundance. Maybe a new job, a new opportunity, work, career, or even a spiritual opportunity, a new spiritual path that will open itself for you. Maybe finding a new spiritual group, a new spiritual lineage, a new religion, a new religious path, whatever suits your specific situation. Maybe it's both. It's also possible that you will find a new career opportunity and also a new spiritual path. Maybe these are a part of the same thing. Maybe you are you have a spiritual practice that you also live off of, and a new opportunity will open itself for this to happen, but you're yet unaware of what it is, and you're going to be surprised by it. Very interesting. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Bye.